Hi everyone and welcome to a new video on the CBI channel. In this series we're deploying a Django and React application on render, including the total process of CI/CD. Now in the last video we've already completed the production deployment of Django and React on render, and in this video we'll continue by deploying a test branch to a test environment and a dev branch to a dev environment. To do that, we'll follow the steps on the screen. First, we start by creating new branches in our code repository for dev and test so that we can connect those to render. Next, we will be creating new projects in render for dev and test, so that's also separated. And then for each of the environments, we will create the PostgreSQL database, the web service, and the static site for React. And of course, in the end, we'll check if everything works in the way that we expect. So let's start by creating the new branches inside of our code repository. We're now on GitHub inside of the repository that we have connected to render also for the production deployment. And you can see that we only have one branch at the moment. And if we click on that, you see that we have the main branch. Now, we also want separate branches for dev and for test, and then connect those to the render environments. And then later on, when we make a change on our local computer, it will first go to dev. And from there, if everything goes well, we automatically also want to have deployments to the other branches so that it automatically moves up each environment. So for now, I'm going to click new branch, and the branch we're going to be calling test. And we're taking the code that's currently in the main branch. So it will be exactly the same code at this point. Now, the last branch that we will also create is a branch for dev. And there we do the same thing where we look at main. And now we have three separate branches and we can connect those to the three separate environments. And at this moment, they have exactly the same code in all of the branches. But later on, when you start developing, it could be that your dev branch has some changes that might not have been released yet to your test branch and in the main branch. The next step is creating the new projects inside of render. And when I want to create a new project, I actually notice that I need to upgrade my subscription to create multiple projects. And since this is just a tutorial series, I'm not going to be doing that. So we'll actually put everything that we have inside of this Django React app prod. Now, what you can do inside of the existing project is create multiple environments. So we have one environment called production that has our Django code for production and a React code for production. But we can also add an environment and here say that this is test and then create the environment this way so that we have kind of a separation of the different services that go for production and then the ones for dev and test. Because I also believe that I'm not able to add another environment for free here inside of this current project. So what we'll do is deploy all of our services for dev and for test inside of this test environment, and then we'll still have the separation of the production environment here. So let's focus first on our test environment. And we're going to be creating the services in the exact same way as in the first video. So the first thing that we'll do in our test environment is create a new service, and that's going to be a PostgreSQL database. And we'll use the same naming convention. So we say Django Postgres and then TST this time. And then our database, we can also call this Django Postgres TST. Now, it again recognizes that this data center is used in my other services, so that's completely fine. And we're going to put this on free. And that is all that we need to do for now. So we click on Create Database. So this also does not seem to be possible since we cannot have more than one active free tier database. So in this case, I am just, for the sake of the video, going to put it on basic, which is the cheapest database that they have, which is $6 a month. And after putting in my payment credentials, we can now spin up this database. Now, since we can only have one free database and we still have dev to go as well, we can actually think about upgrading our PostgreSQL database that we have in production to also have the $6 version. Otherwise, I cannot create my additional database. So here we're going to upgrade to a paid instance and we'll also pick basic. So our test database is now available. And now we can continue with the web service, which is the place that's going to store our Django code. So we click on new service and then web service. And we're again going to be connecting to the Django React on render with CI/CD. Now we're going to change the name to Django Code TST. And we again specify the language being Python. And then in the branch, since this is TST, we want to connect to the TST branch. Now, the rest of the deployment needs to be exactly the same as before. So we need to connect to the backend folder. And then we don't want to do this build command of pip install our requirements, but we want to look at the build.sh. And then the start command also needs to be different. So I just went to my prod environment and I'm just going to click edit on the start command so that we can copy it over. And then we'll put that in the start command that we have on test, which is the python-mg unicorn and then the after ASGI and then the application k unicorn workers, blah, 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 blah. So here we're also going to try to use the free instance, but let's see if it's going to let us. And then we, of course, also need to include the different environment variables. So in the meantime, I've filled in the exact same environment variables that we had in our prod deployment, where we have a secret key, which is just a generated value. We have debug, which we set to false so that we don't see the errors, since the test environment is supposed to offer the same functionality to users as the prod environment. We also already constructed a front-end URL, which is exactly the same as what we did in prod, but then we use the string of TST. And later on, we will be creating this front-end using the same naming convention so that it all will be fine. And I've also included my email password and email user that I also use on the prod environment. Now, the last thing we need is the database URL, and we can get that from the database that we've just deployed. So we're going to go to the Django React app prod in a new window, and in there we have the Django Postgres test. And if we scroll down, it has the internal database URL, which we can look at and copy. And that's the last part of the puzzle in the database URL section. We paste it in so that it's all there. And this should be all that we need to do. So let's see if we can create this free instance by clicking deploy web service. And the deploy is now underway. So it's now trying to build and let's see in the logs what is going to happen. And the build is now underway. So we see that it's installing the Python version. And now it is installing all of the different packages. And it now has also successfully applied all of the migrations to our database. So that connection seems to work as well. And you notice that the static files have been copied, so also the collect static in our build.sh is fine. And we now see that the build has been successful and is deploying a few last changes here, but for the rest we should be fine. And our deployment now seems to be complete. So let's go to the link and see if we get the right output. And now we again see the API route, and this seems to be working just fine, similarly as the prod deployment. So let's go back to our environment and then to our actual test section. And in there, we can create the final piece of this puzzle for test, which is the static site for the React deployment. So again, we connect to the same GitHub repository, and we need to name this particular static site as React code TST. And that should also make sure that we get the correct URL. So we again select the test branch and then we say the root directory is the front-end folder. And then we quickly go and check what we put in the settings for the React code prod. So there we can go to settings. And if we scroll down, we notice that for the build command, we had this. So I'm going to copy that over and put that in the static site as well. And then for the publish directory, we need to select dist. So in there, we also do dist. Now for the environment variable, we also need to include something there. So if we go to environment in our prod, you see that we have the Vite API URL. So let's click on edit and see what the value was there. So we also will do that here. So we do Vite underscore API underscore URL. And then the value should be the backend URL. So in this case, it should be Django code tst.onrender.com with a trailing slash. You also notice that that is correct because that's the same link we have right here. This seems to be fine. So now we can also deploy the static site here. And after a minute, we see that our deploy has been successful and that our site is live. So let's now visit the link and see if that is the case. And we indeed now see this, so that looks good. But the real test is, can we create a user and then log in? So right now we have this user that we want to register. And now we are in the login, and let's see if I can log in with this account and see the user we've just created. And indeed, we are able to log in and we see the user we've just created in the database. So this deployment seems to be successful. So now we can do it all over again, but then for the dev part. So we're going to go back to the prod and then to the test environment, and we'll also deploy the services for dev in here. So starting again with our database of Postgres, which we will name our Django Postgres dev. And then we'll use the same name as the database, but then without the slashes there. And it again recognizes the correct service, which is not that interesting here. But now we want to use the free instance in this case, since it is dev. And then we can create the database. So whilst it is creating this database, we're already going to continue and we are going to straight away create the dev instance of the web service. So new service, and then we do web service, again selecting the GitHub repo we've been using before. And then we call this Django code dev. And this is a Python free application, and this goes to the dev branch. And the root directory is the backend. Then again here we specify the ./build.sh, and for the full start command we are going to take a look at the settings that we have in the prod environment. So we need the full command that is listed right here. Let's copy that over and put that also in the dev part. All right. And then the free instance and we need to specify all of the environment variables. And I've now created the same environment variables that we had before, where the secret key is just a randomly generated string. We set debug this time to true, since this is our dev environment and it is okay if there are mistakes, and we want the developers to check why that is the case. We've also specified the email password and email user again, and we've set the front-end URL to the same string as before, but then we included the dev part. Now, the final thing we need is the database URL. So we are gonna go and open up the render dashboard inside of a different page. And the deployment of our dev database is now complete. So we can scroll down and get the internal database URL here as well. So now we can deploy this and hopefully this all goes well. But I assume that it will, since this is exactly the same deployment as before. So in the meantime, we can already also do the same thing, but then for our front end. So we create a new service and say that it is a static site. Again, select the same repo here. And this is going to be called React code dev. And that is going to make sure that it has the correct link as the front end later on. Also here, the branch will be dev and the root directory will be front end. The publish directory will be dist. And it already has done the build command correctly here in the meantime. And the environment variable needs to be the feed underscore API underscore URL. And we're going to be checking inside of our prod environment for React what the URL was, just to be sure. So we can go to environment in the React code, and here we see the link. So we're just going to copy that over, go to our front end, and then make sure that this is dev. And it seems to be fine, so we can deploy. And now let's wait until both deployments have been completed. So our React deployment is now successful. And let's see if the same goes for the Django deployment. So let's go to Django code dev. And I see that it's still deploying, and we can check where it is in the logs. And we notice that the build has been successful. So that's good, but it's just doing the final things in progress. So let's give it some time to complete. And also our backend should now be fine. So let's do the test again and see if we can go to our front end and create a user and then log in. So we're going to go to the React code dev and then to the URL that it has created for us. And we see the code and we say that we want to register. So we now click on register. And now let's see if we can also log in. And we've now successfully logged in and we see the user that we have just created. So also this deployment seems to be fine. But now this full picture of connecting the right branches to the right render environments is all working and our apps are deployed in all of the different projects. However, what we still want to achieve in the next videos is making sure that our deployment goes from our local computer to dev, and then whenever it has passed certain tests, automatically go and deploy, test, and then main. Because now in this instance, there are no rules, and I would still be able to push code differences from my local computer also directly to test and main. So we want to enforce the rule that we can only go from a feature branch to dev, and then we go from dev to test to main based on some specified tests. For now, I want to thank you very much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.